Growing up in the deepest dark depths of Wigan, for me, comfort food is all about the pie. This
all about
recipe,
the pie.
beef and horseradish pie,
Horseradish
is another one from
pie.
my book, Comfort Food to Suit the Soul. For me, comfort food isn't just about the eating.
I love the eating, it's my favorite part.
It's also about the actual processes.
Not the processes. I don't like the processes. Oh, okay, we got some flour here. My man's got some flour.
Cold cube butter
Flour.
pastry.
We got some salt.
And just rub the butter and the flour together.
Cold
And just
cube
enjoy
butter
it. Comfort food.
Oh yeah,
All
let me
you're
get
doing
my
here
hands
is
in
just
there.
fluttering
Yeah.
the butter and the flour
I think
together.
I'm supposed to
with your
wash my
fingertips.
hands.
So a few little pea-sized bits of
Little
butter. It's rough and
bit-sized
ready.
pieces of butter.
Now for the wet ingredients.
The wet ingredients. I'm gonna get some wet ingredients. Those are pretty wet
Into
right
this
there.
little bowl, I'm going to put my egg.
All
Just one
going
egg.
in there.
2 tablespoons horseradish sauce.
Oh, I gotta get some
3
horseradish.
tablespoons of water. As with all pastries, you might need
can
a
ignore
couple
me, but-
of extra drops of water. You might need a few less, but just
Let's
play it
get
by
some
ear.
horseradish in there.
Play it by hand.
Alright.
Combine those briefly in the bowl
And
and
some
then
lemon
grab the dry
flavor.
ingredients.
You're gonna
Make
let
a
that
well
dry
in
over
the
there.
center. And then
Get
in
that up there in
wet
the center.
ingredients.
Make sure it's all centered up.
Now for this
Now I
pot, you
gotta
can use a
put
dough
this
scraper or a butter knife. I find a
in there.
palette knife to be the most
Thanks,
useful
buddy.
tool here. All I'm going to do is turn
Pretty
the
sure you
bowls,
got a
cut
tool. I got a
those
tool.
wet
I got a
ingredients
tool.
into the dry. It does take a while
Yeah.
for this to come together, but you don't want to overwork
It's
the
gonna take a while.
pastry. So gently,
Let's cook it
gently,
together,
slowly,
Judd.
slowly.
What's his name? I've got some fancy hair.
Get your hands in there now.
I gotta get
Just
some hair
start
off.
pressing
Yeah.
any dry bits of
Let's
flour
start
that might be
pressing.
left over into the
pressing.
pastry. It's not quite kneading, it's just a case of bringing together all those
good
little
right there,
bits
I'll
of
tell you
flour.
what.
And then out onto the worktop and just fold it
Supposed
once,
to be on a worktop. I'm on a
twice,
worktop here.
3 times. You don't want to overwork it.
Okay,
and as
so
soon
we're
as you've
making
got
a
the
round
pastry
ball.
that sits proudly on the worktop, you're done. So just
Get
wrap
some
it in
plastic.
plate,
I'm gonna have to get some plastic with these
flatten it
hands.
down into a disc,
I gotta make it into this.
and then bang it in the fridge.
I'm gonna put that there in the fridge. Oh, I got some butter paper. I just flapped that into the fridge. All right.
Onto the
Well,
filling,
do
and
that
we
one.
start with the most important part of any pie, the gravy, but where I'm from it's
else am I
gravy.
putting
In this
this
pan
in
I've
here?
got some onions, and they've just been slowly sauteed down in some butter, about 20 minutes. It might seem like a long time to dedicate to onions, but believe you me, if you don't get all the moisture out of them and caramelize the natural sugars, you've not really got
Yeah,
a
I get my
flavour. We want
caramelizing.
sweetness from this, and that's exactly what we have to do.
Caramelizing,
Low and slow,
caramelize the
long
onions a
time.
little
And then
bit.
to thicken the gravy, I'm going to first add
Thicken
some plain flour.
He minced his
Stir that
onions.
together. Let that come to quite a dry paste. And then to that, I'm going to add beef stock.
Beef stock. I gotta get the beef stock. All right, I got the beef stock in there.
And just stir that in and reduce it by 1/3. So when about 1/3 of the moisture has evaporated away,
He
then
wants me to turn it up high because the better the moisture you gotta evaporate. I'm on this, people. I got it.
this gravy now has reduced by about maybe just over 1/3 actually. I've let it go a bit
Oh,
further.
man, it's barely
That's
reduced
fine.
at all.
All I'm
But
going
we'll
to do with
just
that
keep
now is
going.
add the other ingredients. I'm going to put in the horseradish sauce.
More
If you
horseradish.
don't like horseradish, just leave it out.
If you don't like horseradish, don't eat in the
And a good
kitchen.
tablespoon of Worcester sauce.
Oh, some Worcestershire sauce. You're
Bit
gonna
of
get a
pepper.
tablespoon of that. I don't have one. I'll just guess.
Teeny bit of salt.
Teeny bit of salt, he says. I can get a teeny
And
bit of
then,
salt.
the most curious thing about this, and something that I
Curious.
want to get people's heads around, is that minced beef, you don't need to brown it. Not when it's
No.
going into
Ooh, we're not
moist.
gonna brown this meat at all.
Because
We're gonna
if you
eat it
brown this,
basically
it's just
raw,
gonna make it
America.
dry and tough. Put it in the gravy and
You're
put it
just
in the
botulism all over right here.
Just break that apart in the pan. The heat's off. I'm not warming it through. The gravy will start to cook.
Okay, I think we should probably
And you
eat
can see
it a
that
little
this
more.
formed a fairly
Let's
thick
get it going on
consistency.
the power
And
burner.
that's precisely
Power
what we want to
burner!
go inside of our beautiful pie. Just leave it to cool off the heat
We're
while
power
I line
burning
the
it.
pie tin. I need my pastry for that. I'm going to rip off about 1/3 of the pastry, and that'll do for the top later. So just plonk that to one side, ignore it for now, forget it exists.
Oh, yeah, I'm
and in the
ignoring it.
meantime, let's
Not looking
focus
at
on
you.
the base, the most important
Nice.
part. Just
My
warm it
crust
up in your
came out
hand
amazing.
briefly. Just form it
You didn't see that, did
into
you?
a sphere or a
Fold
little
it,
circle.
saying.
Flour down. And don't be worrying about putting too much flour. Too much flour in pastry
much
rolling is
flour,
far
yeah,
better
cool.
than not enough flour. Whenever you roll
enough flour,
pastry,
too
always
much
roll,
flour.
turn it 90 degrees, give it a few more rolls, turn it again,
How
and
do-
roll it. That way you get a really even pastry. You don't get one fat end.
I gotta keep it going.
That'll do. And just lift it on your hands.
That'll do. That will
drop
do.
it into the tin.
Mine is just like
Make sure you
his.
tuck it right down
Maybe
into the corners of the tin.
right into the dry crust here.
Perfect. Grab that beef filling and just
All right,
scoop.
now I gotta scoop my beef into there.
That's the pie filled. Now
pie
to
is-
finish the top. Just warm this pastry
My mom will
up
be
briefly.
proud.
More flour down.
More flour down.
Shape it
Trouble.
and roll.
Gotta get my other top
Don't
here.
worry if it isn't perfect.
Flung it too far. He didn't say how
Pie.
far. Okay.
On with the pastry.
I'll just put that
Tuck
right
it
on
all
top. And now
And then my
it's time to
favourite
put this
part.
baby in
I
the
always
oven.
remember when I was a little boy watching
I always
Snow White and
remember.
the Seven Dwarfs.
Worcestershire
I remember the
sauce.
scene vividly
You're
where
from
she's making
Kentucky is
apple pie with the
Worcestershire.
dwarves.
Worcestershire. This is
Cutting
just.
the pastry
He said
off
it cut off the
pie
edges.
and
I don't have any edges.
into the oven.
I'm
and
good like
bake
this.
the
All right.
pie.
Not that been preheated though.
Now this is my kind of comfort food, a minced beef and horseradish pie. And if you love the look of this and you fancy much more edible delights, then subscribe to the Waitrose YouTube channel.
Mmm.